Nou, we hadden het er net over dat het een beetje te lang is. En dat hier een bepaald kleurtje begint te komen wat we niet willen. Dat noemen we niet bij naam. En nou ja, weer een Theo toe, zeg maar. Hè.
Ja.
En natuurlijk, want dat vergeet ik, de beste wensen iedereen.
Yeah. Renate turns around to show you the current hairstyle. We're gonna make her a fresh hairstyle, new color. Because she really likes the blonde she's getting from Mother Nature. I'm gonna make her a fresh hairstyle. Dankjewel. Hello friends on YouTube. Without expect to have a new hairstyle. Now, I personally think bob lines are really suiting her well. As always, I start with protection. Gonna make her new fresh lines. Gonna give her a nice new color. So stay focused and stay with us. And to brighten up the days in the Netherlands and the winter, give her a yellow cape. It's wel veel about you.
Yeah.
Brushing hair with Olivia Garden Brush. Watch at the crown areas because in wintertime crowns are more intensive than in the summertime. This because the hairs get pulled near to the skin. Then I take my bottle of water, of course, moist the hairs. Gonna do this cut with a hot razor because it's the best tool to have good hair. And I don't like it when her bob is a stiff bob, but then she can better get away. Het regent binnen, hè?
Ja. Dat zijn we gewend.
Yeah. Start by setting out lines. Start on the skull bone, on the fold of the neckline. So you can see where I can get the volume. And I take a little bit higher up so I can see also the lines above the ear on the right side. Because this is hanging in wintertime more straight down. It's less length on this side, so we have a little bit more fluent lines. And she really likes it to pull the ears behind the ears. So then when the bob is here and it's laying to the length of the bob, it's harder to put it behind the ears because then this part sticks out. So I make it a little bit asymmetrical. A little bit. Start in the neckline. Look at the way her hair folds. Take the hairs up. Watch at the lines of her skull. Go in. What I told you, get a little bit off this length. So it's not a hard asymmetrical line, it's just a soft asymmetrical line. Always watching at the natural lines of her face. Pull it to the front. Again, watch over the lines. Go in. Give it a slight turning so I have a nice round shape. When I lay this down to the back, I still have a bob, but I also have less weight in this corner, so that's why. Continue on the line of cutting. Take the hairs up, lay them in the rounding, and work my way down. Watch at the way the hair falls, and especially where crown areas are, walk in the line of the crown, so don't go in the opposite lines. This gives more rest into the hairs. Pull the hairs over, go into the roundings of her skull, gently go down. I don't have to do anything because this knife is that hot that travels so lightly through the hairs. And soften on the line. make the baseline. Now, gonna watch at the lines of the skull. Now I know she likes bob, so go in where I think the fall of the bob starts. Watch also to the right side, because there of course I have a guideline, even though it's a shorter line on top of it. Don't worry about the crowns, go into the lines, gently flow with the hairs. And if you want to copy these lines with a normal feather knife, it's not hard to do. But I have a hot knife, so I use a hot knife. Creating a soft baseline. Free some hair on top. Now, knowing that only the underparts have this problem, take this to the front, start on the line of the back and travel slightly up. So that's the only thing that is a bit asymmetrical on the bob. Again, follow the lines of our chin. Like I did on the front, take the hairs to the front, watch at the lines of the skull again, go in and give it a soft rounding. This way I'm certain that I never have a lot of hair hanging there, because when I lay it now to the back, I have a nice soft flowing line, still a bob, but in a softer way. Continue on the line, like I did in the underlines, and just travel slowly down. And all the lines I cut are beneath the fall of the skull. This gives a lot more volume on top. And by watching through the hairs, I can see if the weight of the line is everywhere the same. Coming to the last line on top, because this is the natural falling. Now you see that there's not that much difference between the lines on top. So now I start to make the hairs to the front, give it first the rounding it needs, that it don't bring the weight in this balance. Take the hairs to the front, lay them into the fold, then take it to the back and once get over the hairs. So the top line is almost the same as the baseline of the bob. Go to the other side. Coming to the left side, take the hairs up in the line and part them in the line of the chin line. Wetting in between. And by using the natural shapes of the skull, you always get the best fall on the hairs. Take the hairs to the back. Use the rounding of the skull. Lay my fingers also in the rounding. Start on the fall of the skull and gently go to the front. Take the hairs off the front with it. And connect them on the line of cutting. By pulling them to the back, I add more length to the front, and I'm certain that I have a layered line to the front and not a stiff line. She is a real outdoor person, so she really likes to walk through the wind and the rain. The rain a little bit less, but she works with dogs, so she's a lot outside. And when you create a stiff hairstyle, it's not her thing. What I told you, take the hairs, make sure they lay in the lines of cutting, take them to the back, adding length by just taking them to the back, use the rounding, so travel into the roundings of the skull. And hold the softness into the line. Going to the last part on top. Take the hairs, watch at the crown areas on top, over the roundings of the skull, so just use these roundings. Go to the line of cutting again. Stay a little bit away from the skull, so this gives it an extra layer. Take off the length. Go back over the same line. Walk with it, so don't stay on one line, just travel with the line of cutting. Adjust the baseline using only the tip of my knife. So go into the baseline and just drone the lines into the hairs. Coming on top. Take the hairs up, take them in the line of falling, lay my thumb on the knife, get rid of the dry ends. Show you this also from the front. Misschien wel kan pakken als een smooth cut. Take the hairs up into the line. Lay my thumb on the knife. As long as the hairs are moist, I don't burn my fingers. Making sure I did all the hairs. On the crown area, take the hairs up, bend them in the line of the hairs. Hold my fingers in the lines of all the lines she has, chin line and eyebrow lines. So my angle is in the same lines. Come to the fringe. Ook op.
Ja. Inderdaad, met die spiegel.
Yeah. Take the fine part of my comb.
Super look.
Yeah. Lay flat, so take only away the dry ends. Coming on the side fall, take the hairs down. And connect all the lines to each other. So always search for connection lines. So now I did all her hair. I clean the neckline because there are a lot of crowns in the underlines. That I don't need. And then I'm gonna make her a collar, of course. Now she has a lot of crown areas. So lay this upper hair aside. Get rid of the hairs I don't need. Then they are also not in the way anymore. Same as on this side. It's a straight line down. So go in, get rid of the under hairs. They give always a disturbing in the underlines, so that I don't like. So by taking them away, she don't miss them, and I don't see them anymore. So that's the solution of everything. Minor adjustments to the length. Clean this, the makeup color. Okay, made her a kin collar. It's a nice collar. It's a 451. It's a brown color, of course. But that I do to give her some rest into the hairs, and I'm gonna work in some highlights. Start applying this. This color is with 6% as 20 volume. There's no ammonia, no parabenen, so it's a beautiful product to work with. Comb this color through the hairs. Voordat je aanstaat nog. En lay the hairs in the line, like I did the haircut. Also go to the natural parting. I'm gonna lay the highlights in 2 lines. So I take first a line to the front. Lift hairs up. Made the bleach with 10 volume, so it's not a lot. Don't want to damage the hairs, but I want also the hairs in the same lines, the color that I'm gonna light up in the same lines as the color I'm using, only lighter. Take some lines up, lift them up, lay my foil under it. Lay the hairs up on the foil, applying the bleach, and I put a step 1 in it of the glint line, so don't damage the hairs at all. This close up. Then I lay the hairs again over it. Go in with my needle comb. Take the hairs up again. Come it on the foil. Get a new foil. Lay it in the underlines again. Hairs on top. Applying the soft bleach. The nice thing when you do things like this is that when you have natural grays coming, you don't see them this fast. On this I lay a carton wick to be sure that it stays where it needs to stay. Then I close the foils and close the plastic foil, and then we go for a tea or coffee, and you just stay there because we're certainly back to show you the end result. And Renate is gonna say, no, I don't like this. I want to be blonde totally. In summer. Never trust a hairdresser with golden nails. And for those who would like to know why I sometimes have nail polish on, this is to remind me of my mother. I really loved my mother. She's dead for quite a long time. But I always can feel them because when I see my hands, I see the hands of my mother, and she was very handy with the hands. That's why. So stay focused, we'll be back. Hello friends on YouTube, back from coloring. Now what I'm going to use is new foam of Lanza. I think it's a beautiful foam. I use it on almost every customer. It is a curly foam, it really curls hair very nicely, but it gives also a lot of strength and power to the hairs. And a beautiful smell, so that's why I use it. It's also a real creamy foam.
Dus je krijgt krullen.
Kan. Maar als je slag hebt, dan krijg je wel meer krul hiervan. Je kunt echt krullen mee stimuleren.
Wat doet hij dan? Maakt hij dan waterstof?
Nee, ik weet niet precies hoe dat werkt. Nee, het gaat puur om het product. Ik weet niet wat er precies in zit, maar er zit iets in wat krulstimulerend is. Maar ik gebruik hem ook om gewoon stijl te veunen en alles. En bejaarden. Brushes through the hairs with the Olivia Garden brush. Lay the hairs to the front and start in the neckline with the medium brush. Maar dit schuim geeft echt een hele hoop power aan je haar hoor.
Windkracht 10. Windkracht 10.
Ja, zeker. Leuk. Al van wind kunnen gaan. So far blow drying. Om eens voelen hoe stevig je haar nu voelt.
Oh ja, ja. Oh, inderdaad.
Stevig, hè?
Ja.
Now, the nice thing of this foam is that you get a lot of volume, and if you go in the opposite lines, you can adjust the volume also by just with your fingers pushing against the hair fall, so you get even more volume. But I want also a bit glow into the hair, so I take a nice soft Lanza oil to reduce the volume a bit. Use this oil. I think it's a beautiful product. Spread always all over my hands and just go through the hairs. Not too deep in. The nice thing, it brings always out the colors. For the smell, it gets it then.
Ja.
Because it's a real beautiful smell, real feminine. I think with this new color, Renate looks really stunning. Now, I see you next video. She will turn around to show you the end result. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Renate turns around to show you the current hairstyle. We're gonna make her a fresh hairstyle, new color, because she really likes the blonde she's getting from Mother Nature. I'm gonna make her a fresh hairstyle. Dankjewel.
Change for the Piccadilly and Victoria line. Exit for Buckingham Palace.